Okay, welcome to the summer edition of Research Data Analysis and Evaluation for School Leaders. This video is going to go over the syllabus, the course requirements, and I'm also going to direct you to the Illuminate program, which we're going to start using on the second day. Basically, here is the contact information for me. You need to email me. Here's my email address, phone number. I'm pretty much here every day from 7 to 6. Actually, that's Monday through Thursday in the summer. The prerequisite for this course is Intro to Research 5053. This course is intended to be a replacement for the applied research. It's for people who don't want to do the file paper. This is the other option. The text for the book, the text for the course is Educational Research in the Age of Accountability. There's also a software package that you need to access. You will be using this. You can rent this software package. Actually, I think the shortest time period to be able to do that is 6 months. And if you'll click on this hyperlink, it will take you to a website where you can do that. And you want to use this, let's scroll down here, the statistics, IBM Statistics 19. You do not want to buy this. You just want to rent it. And there's a 6-month license available for students. You don't need any, well, you may use it longer than that. That is the shortest period of time frame. I think it's $35 for 6 months. There may be other assignments that I send to you, but that'll be available on Blackboard. If you need to contact me and it's an emergency, you either need to call or email me here. If it's for this regular class stuff and you don't need a response back within that day, I'll check Blackboard every day, but if you need something pretty quick, use this email account up here. The modules of the course are laid out like this. If you have already looked at the syllabus for this course, get rid of that one. And I was going back over this again here on the first day. There's one of the modules that was in here that isn't really required for the summer, and I'll get to that in a minute, but basically there are 9 modules that we'll go through. Some of these will take longer than others, and when we get done with one, we'll move on to the next one, and you can see kind of what we're covering as we go through this. It's assumed that you have some kind of basic understanding of this. If not, it may take you longer to get up to speed with this. I'm assuming that this was covered in Intro to Research, some of these terms. The course requirements and the grading, there is this assignment called Decision Making in School Assignments worth 25 points. There's a midterm exam, a final exam, and then the 9 discussion threads. And here's the point values on that. The discussion threads are your participation in the course. And you can see the general requirements for a regular term here on attendance participation. Since you don't come to class, one of the ways that you participate is through graded online discussions. You need to post a response to the discussion question, but also post responses to other people's comments. These are broken down into small groups, and you'll see this on the introduction thread where you put who you are and what you're about, what your background is. You only have to respond within your small group. You don't have to respond to both threads. So there's 8 people in the class. Each group will have 4 people in it. You're only responsible within that small group, because what I discovered in the spring was if you're trying to do both, it just becomes too much. It's just a nightmare to try to keep up with. The exchanges that you have need to be more than, yes, I agree, the good idea, great job. That's not a formal exchange of ideas. That is trying to get credit for the grades. These are worth 10 points each, and it's important that you participate in it in a professional manner and put good ideas, respond. Either you agree, if you do disagree with what somebody's saying, why you disagree, what is it you disagree with. One of the assignments that's not in here in the summer term is the Actions Research Project. And the reason why I took that out is because you can't do that in the summer. And when I agreed to teach this, I didn't plan that out very well, not thinking about the fact that you're not going to have access to any classes. So this is the only time this class will ever be taught this summer again. So some of you are lucking out. We will make up for what you're missing on that opportunity through the midterm and the final exam. But basically, that one whole assignment, which in the regular term is worth 100 points, is not there. The practice exercises, those lend themselves to what will be required on the midterm and final exam. It's important that you try those, that you work on those, and that you get feedback on those. They're not required, but I do think that it's important that you try it, because being able to do those is what's going to help you on the midterm and final exam. So they're not required. I'll send them out. I think you ought to work on them. I'll give you feedback on whether or not you're on the right track. But that is up to you to do that. There is no late work accepted for any reason. When assignments are due at midnight, whether it's the final exam, the decision-making assignment, when it's due, it's due. When a module or a discussion thread is cut off, it's cut off. Even though you might go back and discuss it more after the cutoff date, once that's done, that's the end of it as far as the grade goes. The important dates are on here. Beginning of class, the decision-making assignment, which is at the end of the syllabus, is on here. And basically it's a short interview. There's a video that explains what is required of that as well. The other two dates you need to pay attention to are these windows for the midterm exam and the final exam. The reason these are windows is, since this is an online course, it is difficult to give somebody a test that is a time test like 2 hours, because that's not reasonable to do that in an online situation. So what I've done is I've set this up to where you have a set of problems to work on, just like if you're a principal. And you can use anything that you have to work through those, just like you would if you're a principal. You have some time to work on it, think about it. You can use each other on that. You can use your book. You can use the past notes. Whatever you have to do to solve the problem, that's up to you. Just like if you're an engineer, you wouldn't memorize stuff. We'd hope that you don't. To solve a problem, we want you doing the same thing here. So you have these windows where the midterm opens and when it's still due. The last thing on here is this decision-making assignment. There's a description of what is required for that. It's really to help you gain some perspective about how people in your situation make decisions. It can be, I'd prefer there be a principal, but if you need to get in touch with a assistant superintendent for curriculum or instruction, something like that, that's okay too. These are the things that you need to address in your interview with that. This is a couple of pages long. It's not a long assignment. And there are further directions in another video that's available on the link. The other thing that you need to keep in mind in this course is this Illuminate program. There is a video about Illuminate, about how to get into it. There is some things that you need to do to your computer to configure that. That stuff is available in Blackboard. Basically, what Illuminate is a communication software program. You can stay at home, you can go to school, anywhere that you have broadband access. You can get into that. We'll have our first session on Tuesday at 9 o'clock. We won't use that every single day. I want to use that as a delivery method, and I want to have that 9 to 9:50 time set aside just to make sure that people are available, because what has happened before is I didn't set that time aside, tried to find some time later on, and it just didn't work. So I want to make that time available to you on here. And that, like I said, there are some links available. I'll send those out again today on the first day to make sure that you have those available. Our first session will be on the second day at 9 o'clock. And at that time, we can go over some more introductory kind of stuff. You can ask questions about the assignment, that kind of thing. So that's it for this part. Thank you.